ready on Ulysses. There it is.
Hello BookTube, I'm Sean the Bookmaniac. Welcome back to my channel. Here I am with my TBR for the Asian Readathon, which is happening for the entire month of May. Asian Pacific American Heritage Month. And I think I first found out about it on Cindy of Read with Cindy's channel. That piqued my interest, and I have prepared a TBR. There is a whole bunch of information. There's 5 co-hosts. Rather than paste in their names and channels and whatnot, Twitter and YouTube playlists on my show notes, I'm just going to put a link to their Google Docs webpage that has all of that information and more, including the challenges. Usually I put all that stuff in my show notes, but there's so much of it and it's so neatly summarized on their page. I'm just going to instead put a link to that page, the Asian Readathon page. But I am stoked to participate. I've got a whole bunch of other buddy reads and whatnot going on. But I also have, because of the new Emperor and Empress being crowned in early May, quite a bit of holidays at the beginning of the month. So I'm hoping to read a lot of Asian lit in addition to what I've already committed to reading. So let me tell you about the challenges. There are 5. The first one is read any book by an Asian author. The second one, read a graphic novel featuring an Asian character, written, drawn by an Asian author. 3, read a book featuring an intersectional Asian character, or written by an author of intersectional Asian identity, someone who's queer, mixed, disabled, neurodiverse, etc. 4, read a book by an Asian author that was originally written in their native language, so translated. Translated, or if you read in that language, not translated, right? And the 5th one is read the group book, and that is 1,000 Beginnings and Endings by Ellen O. And that is a book of short stories, which retell a bunch of Asian fables, myths, fairy tales, and I am allergic to myths and fables and fairy tales, so I will not be participating in that one, but the rest of you who don't share my very weird allergy should join in on that. I am hoping to do the other 4, but really what I'm hoping to do, more than try to follow the prompts, is just to read a bunch of the books that are on my shelves, and I think I can fit one in for all of the 4, but mostly the rest of this video is just going to be me telling you what I want to read, and if I remember, telling you which of these prompts it fits in. I'm actually reading a book from Singapore right now, and I've got so many other books on the go that it's highly likely that I won't finish it until May, and that is State of Emergency by Jeremy Tiang, and I'm only about 50 pages into it. I'm not sure how much I like it, but I am enjoying it to a certain extent, so I hope to continue with it, and if so, I will finish it up in May. And it is about a young wife in Singapore who leaves her husband and children. She's very involved in the communist movement, and then it's about the aftermath of that for all of the family members, but I'm not sure yet. I'm engaged to a certain degree, so that is one that I've got on the go. Another one that I've got on the go that I will finish in early May, this has been going on for almost a month already, and that is the Tale of Genji. The, what century is it? The 11th century, I think it's from the 11th century, Japanese novel, the first novel in the world. This is a buddy read with Britta. We've been reading a chapter a day since about 1955, and we will finish it up next month. There's aspects of this that I'm really deeply enjoying, and other aspects not so much, but I'm not going to bail. This one's going to be a notch on my belt that I have read the complete Tale of Genji. So there is a requirement within the prompts that's, I think, interesting, and I see the value of it, that you shouldn't read from more than one country. They explain it better than I'm going to be able to, so go look at their page. But I'm going to kind of ignore it because I do have mostly books from different countries, but I've got a few more Japanese than other things, and I don't care. So one of the books that I've had on my shelf forever is this short novel from Japan, The Housekeeper and the Professor by Yoko Ogawa. It's supposed to be wonderful. I expect I'm going to love it, and I hope to finally get to it for the Asian Readathon. For the graphic novel one, I'm not sure about this, but I do have What Did You Eat Yesterday, the first volume in a series of manga about food, and the main characters are a gay couple, or at least gay friends. Two gay Japanese men talking about food. I'm in. By Humi Yoshinaga. I must say that I read the first page of this a few weeks ago, and I hated the writing. So it's read like a ESL textbook for a beginner student. So I'm not sure that I'm going to get along with the dialogue, but maybe I got up on the wrong side of the bed that morning, and I'll give it another try. If not, I'm not going to try and replace it with another graphic novel, because for me, the point of participating in this readathon is that I have a ton of Asian lit on my shelves beckoning to me. I'm not going to acquire any more to do this. So if this one doesn't work out for me, I will skip that prompt. Here's the stack that I'm really excited about. This is a collection of short stories by the American Thai writer Readathon Hop Sightseeing. I think I did this in a page 112 tag or something. I can't remember what I did it for, but it piqued my interest. And he was born in America but grew up both in America and Thailand, and these are short stories set in contemporary Thailand. And yes, I checked what Wikipedia says counts as Asia, and it includes a lot of countries that, yeah, I kind of thought maybe it would include, but really I am so geographically challenged that some of them I was surprised. There was none that I was actually, no, maybe Israel. I don't think I would have considered Israel part of Asia, but it is apparently. Anyway, so this is from India. That Long Silence by Shashi Deshpande. This is a book that I hauled a year or two ago, and I bought another book by the same author at the same used bookstore in Tokyo last month. So I think it's high time that I give the first book, that's the book that's been on my shelf the longest by Shashi Deshpande, a try. So I will next month. This is a novel about a husband and wife in Bombay who abandon their two teenage children and flee amid allegations of business malpractice leveled at the husband. So that sounds interesting. Has anyone heard of Shashi Deshpande? Until I bought this book, I hadn't. She's the daughter of a famous playwright and Sanskrit scholar, Sriranga. She has written quite a bit of fiction. This was published in 1988. And from Iran, I picked this up last year sometime, The Gardens of Consolation by Parisa Reza. This is a Europa Editions book, which is sometimes a good sign, not consistently. Translated from the French by Adriana Hunter. Published in 2016. The original French novel was published the year before. I can't make head or tail out of the synopsis, but it sounds like some couple, a man and a woman, that are kind of isolated from everybody else in the world and have to make their relationship work in a new environment. That's all I could get. Finding some consolation in a garden, perhaps. Parisa Reza was born in Tehran in 1963 and has lived in France since she was 17. Next, a novel from China that I'm so curious about, Three Sisters by Bei Feiyu. Translated by Howard Goldblatt and Sylvia Lichun Lin. First English edition in 2010 and first published in China in 2003. And this is about three sisters. So I think this could be the Chinese Makioka sisters. And it's about their destinies through their life in the village through to the slogans of the Cultural Revolution. It won the Man Asian Literary Prize, which I believe was a ancestor of what is now called the Booker International Prize. But I haven't heard very much about him, the author. It's been on my bookshelf for a year or more. It's time to give it a try. And the one that I will start first, because I have been dying to read this novel since I first heard about it about 4 years ago. And that is The Garden of Evening Mists by Tan Tuan Eng. And this was shortlisted for the Man Booker Prize in 2012. One of the main characters is I think, a gay Japanese gardener. He used to be the emperor, the Japanese emperor's gardener, and now he is in... Where is this story set? I believe that he's now in Malaysia. Tan Tuan Eng is a Malaysian author. I believe the story, or most of the story, happens in Malaysia, but with this gay gardener. And I'd heard that years ago, that he was gay. I don't know that I can confirm that, but I'll tell you later. And I know Doris read it in the last few months, and what did Eric? Eric hauled a new edition of it. I think my edition, which is not new, is quite pretty too, Eric. But I can't wait to finally get to it. And I will definitely be getting to this one. So that is my TBR for the Asian Readathon. Why don't you join in the fun? Thanks to the organizers for organizing this. I am stoked, and I hope that you will join with me. I will probably bail on half of the books that I've shown you. I have that many and more on those shelves, so I'm going to have a blast whenever I end up reading through to completion. Thanks for watching.